Right. Good.
Hey guys, we thought we'd do a quick run through of the trailer. So obviously a few videos back you can see on YouTube we did a walkthrough of the trailer, but that was just after I got it. So we've done a lot of modifications to it since then just to make it better, and every time we go camping, just things that we think of. So I'm going to take you through that quickly. First thing we did, we changed to the Cruise Master DO35 off-road hitch. There was an Alco off-road hitch on it, which was okay, but this one is pretty much known as one of the best, and I have to say since we put it on, there is a lot more control with the trailer and things like that. It works a lot better. It just, when it's on angles and things like that, it just feels a lot more secure and it doesn't bounce around so much. So that was a good sort of first mod. The other thing we noticed was that the batteries were getting like 3 amps when it was plugged into the car off the Anderson plug. So we've fitted a new cable basically here, ran that through the trailer, and now we're getting about 20 amps off the car when we're charging, so that's way better. Jockey wheel's still the same. For this trip we've loaded it with jerry cans, so these flat ones are really cool. You can put them on your roof rack, you can put them like that, but they're super handy. And they've got loads of bits that you can get straps around. We've got jerry cans here, and we've managed to strap another couple of jerry cans on either side. All this is pretty much still the same. Fridge box. What did we do from there? Lights. So yeah, we've put these are hardcore LED strips, so they sell them in I think 2-meter strips, and you can cut them every 5 centimeters. So we bought that, and we've basically stuck that on here and drilled a hole through the trailer and then wired it in here. And there's one on the other side as well, and you can get a splitter from Hardcore, so both sets are now running off this one switch. But this looks so cool at night. It just lights up this area, it reflects off the white, and it just takes away from the silicon that was there, because it sort of turns red as soon as you go off road. So really cool little addition there.
You're gonna have to turn it on.
Yeah.
I think power is off, is it?
Yeah, it probably is.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, so there you go. And you can have white, or we just run the yellow for the bugs and stuff, but it looks good. And this is definitely, we've said it before, but this is our bar area and we just love it. Keep everything up here. Originally the power came to here and the battery lived in here. So that's been relocated inside. The electrical system has been completely upgraded. So, in no particular order, we have the iTech World 2000 watt inverter, and we're running coffee machine, toaster and induction hob off of that on this trip, and it manages that no bother, so fantastic. We've got the iTech World DC-DC charger. It's a 40 amp one, so that'll charge from solar and from the car. And we've noticed that it actually takes both at the same time, which is good. And then 2 120 amp hour iTech World lithium batteries, so 240 amp hours of lithium power, which is fantastic. You can pretty much run these guys down to 10% capacity, so heaps of battery power. And then yeah, we've got all the circuit breakers and connections in there, so that's cool, and we'll tell you what that's sitting on in a sec. But it also just freed up this outside storage for, well, this time we're carrying a spare air compressor. Jake's got an onboard air compressor, but if that goes down for any reason, we're a bit stuck, so we've got a spare one, and that's where all the towels are. And then we've got this bad boy. I have to say this is probably my favourite addition out of everything. So this is the EcoX Gear SE26 soundbar. So it's Bluetooth, and they also have this EcoCast system, so it will speak to other speakers. There's another speaker on the buggy now, so you play your music and both of them play at the same time. It sounds phenomenal. 500 watts of power, so we've got 1000 watts of speaker now blasting out at night. And the way these things work, completely dustproof, waterproof. That one is testament to that, because it has gone through 3 days of constant dust and it is working absolutely fine. So we'll continue to try that in the sand and all the rest of it, but these guys they do some phenomenal products, and we absolutely love this. The sound quality is brilliant, and yeah, the light show at night, going with the music, can't beat it. Put the awning on, so this is the Bushwhacker 270 endo frame. So it comes with one pole, and it can be relatively freestanding as long as there's not mad strong winds. There's the option of putting other poles in, and it's got those things.
LEDs?
No. It's got the rain channels, and you can obviously peg it into the ground as well. So, but this thing gives fantastic coverage. I sort of went for this one because of the sort of size of the coverage it gives. It's really big, and it goes all the way around the back of the trailer, and we get a huge space out here as well. So that is the Bushwhacker 270 endo awning, and that one weighs about 23, I think it's 23 kilograms, so it's not super heavy. But yeah, for the hot days it's going to be awesome. Around the back, a bit of change again. So this used to be spare tire mounted on the back, and I wanted somewhere to put my max tracks, so this is the K-on rear max tracks bracket. So we chopped off the existing bracket for the spare tire, and we've bolted this K-on max tracks rear wheel holder on there. So we've got 4 max tracks on the back now, which is super. You can just grab them and do your recoveries, stick them back on, and keeps the mess out of the trailer. There used to be, for those who've watched the video you'll know, so there used to be a sink that swung out here. So it was a big metal sink, and it sort of swung out and just sort of sat here, and it probably took up, I would say, about 1/3 of the trailer, just with a sink and a bench top, which seemed pretty stupid to me, and I'll show you why. Because what we've got instead is 2 1-meter drawers. So they're 1 meter long, this one's a bit wider than the other one, but I mean, in terms of storage versus having a sink. And then sink is now just King's pop up for about, I don't know, 20 bucks. Sits in there, done. So this has been great, and I have to give credit to Jake for this one, because he built these drawers and he installed them, and he's done a phenomenal job. This would have cost me thousands of dollars without his help. So, but we reckon this is just so much better use of space than having a sink. So there, great. And he wasn't finished there. Oh, no, I bent that one. We've also got bench top here for cooking at night. So that's just from IKEA. I think that was 100 and something bucks, and we just chopped it to size. So again, inverter inside, connect to hob, whatever we're doing, and we just cook away on here. So a great space at the back now. And that is that. Spare tires now located inside the trailer, just because we didn't think we'd be using it that often. That said, we have used it. And I think, oh yeah, shower tent. So this is 23Zero's shower tent. Love this thing, so good. Had a shower yesterday, popped this thing out. It's just good if you want to get changed and you want a bit of privacy. And the good thing about having it here is it's got a zip at the back, so I can access this drawer where I keep all my toiletries. You can stick your clothes on here, and when you're done, you can get dressed. Everything's just there, it's perfect. And we got this. So this is from Kick-Ass, this is the first time we've used it on this trip. This is basically a shower floor. So put your shower tent up, put that thing in your shower tent, and then attach the hose here. Make sure you're on a slope. Have your shower so you're not standing in the mud, you're not standing in the sand, and the water can just drain out of there, and away it goes. Or there's a cap and you can reuse your water if you want to. But that thing is awesome, because the amount of times we've had showers and then you're standing in mud and you're just as dirty as when you started. So that thing, really like it, and it's cheap. Comes with the hose, comes with the bag. Yeah, that's a good one. Lights, as we said, here. And then I think the next thing we'll do, this tap is probably on its way out, so we'll probably put a pump in there so that it's not a hand pump anymore. There is a pump at the back as well. Yeah, and I think that's it. But honestly, now for camping, this thing has absolutely everything. It's got power, it's got water, it's got speakers, it's got heaps of electrical power. Yeah, we're basically in the middle of nowhere, completely self-sufficient. Oh, last one is the King's. So I've got the 160 watt flexible solar blanket. So that's just stuck on there with some ultra high bond tape, and there's a layer of core flute below it, just to keep, because they can overheat if you don't have something like that. So that is basically running into the trailer as well, and that's giving me power when we're driving or we're at camp. So again, no shortage of power. And that's it. I think that's all the changes we've made, but it's quite a lot inside 6 months. And I have to say, we absolutely love the trailer now. It is, yeah, brilliant for camping. So guys, there you go. That's the TrackStar. It's the Quickie 3. If you guys are interested, they're up in Wangara. Give them a shout. They've got other models as well. But this just shows you what you can do with it. And that is the end of my speech.